did circus artists came to the circus and how were they booked? First of all, yeah, it's circus artists. It's not just I think of I am, but you have to learn it. There are still schools for circus artists, for example in Berlin, that where you can train and where you have lessons in ballet and in theatrical playing, and also in getting together your routine, your own power, muscle power, whatever, depends on what you plan to do. But these schools exist for especially for people that did not come from a circus family, so they don't know how to do it and arrange it and whatever. In circus families, normally the little ones are just learning with the old ones. They get their own routines and they start very early, in a very early age, so they know how it comes and they train within the normal business of the family. But other people maybe come from a circus school where they learn it. Very talented people that really want it also teach themselves, but it's not as easy. It is not, and it was not. So we plan to do a movie or a documentary about Patty Frank, who was a circus artist up to the 1920s, and later on in his life he founded a little museum, a little Conway museum about Native American people. So, but how did he come to it? He came to it. He started in a very small circus and started to build up his routine. Also with the people around him, he had a small group where they were doing acrobatics, and that's how they started. When people go to a artistic school or a school for circus artists, they on one hand they put together their routine and what they plan to do, and it's later on when they are finished, the school makes a little tournée with these new artists, and there are agencies coming to this and take them in their own within their own artist assortment, and try to get bookings for them. So, but why were these agencies important? It's very simple. In the early times when we had no YouTube or no video in your mobile phone, the circus who also booked worldwide. They had to make clear that the artist that came knows his business and is working, had enough knowledge to travel with the circus. It's not just making a routine, it's also knowing the business, and you know that you're traveling and you have to be on a special place to make your show exactly starting, you have to be finished, and so on. It's a special life, and the agencies secured that the artist also had known the business. And it's not just knowing your routine. It's to be a circus artist means way more. And for example, to be a circus artist, the people even today in the circus schools, they have to have music sheets, because most of the circus still today, the larger ones, have an orchestra, and for this orchestra they need music sheet. These here are from Chefalo, who was a magician long time ago, until, I don't know, 1950s. He started, I think, in the 1930s or so. But I put a link below. And you have, for the whole orchestra, you have to have music sheets that has to be arranged for the artist. It's not just, or it's not new, mostly not a new music, but the arranged other music pieces to the routine and to the choreography. And the circus artist had to have it finished, ready to go on stage. On the other hand, what's belonging to it is costume. This is a head of a white clown, an old one, maybe 1950s, 1960s, and you see that it's all hand embroidered. Circus costumes back then, and still for the large circuses, still today, they are haute couture fashion. They are handmade, hand embroidered, one of a kind, and some circuses still let them make in Paris for their crew, and they want really elaborate circus costumes. So it's not just music. You have to have your music ready. You have to have a elaborate costume ready, but you have also to know how to travel. And this is what bookings, when they went through agencies, and when you have an agent, then you had to have all of this ready. Beside the booking of via agent, circus artists also did their own thing a little bit and tried to get especially smaller arrangements by themselves. We have here from Patty Frank a postcard that was sent to the Winter Garden, to the directory of the Winter Garden in Berlin. And this is from, I don't find it, 1919, I think. And it said that when he is free, when they can book him. And I think he had sent out a lot of these cards to a lot of locations, varieties, whatever, to maybe get booked in that free time when they were not booked by other circuses, whatever. So you see here, and this is also something they did for themselves, but also they were also booked via agencies. So maybe you learned something new today, and I hope you have a look for all the other videos here on my channel about circus, about Wild West, about history. Yeah, take a look, and I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something new today, and bye.